Hi everyone, welcome back to Rise with Sarah Sinclair. I am your host, Sarah, and today I have a very special guest with me, award-winning branding photographer and author, amazing book called Magnetic Abundance. Welcoming Kay. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited.
So for those that don't know you, can you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure. So my name is Ksenia, or shortly Kay. I'm originally from Russia. I lived a bit around the world, so I consider myself a citizen of the world. So I lived in Italy for 12 years. I moved away from Moscow when I was 17 to pursue a finance and marketing career. So I studied over there, and then I worked in corporate world. Then I just decided, after 12 years, I decided to give a bit of a twist to my life, and I came to Australia for 6 months to travel. And so it's been 12 years I've been traveling. And Australia has been amazing because I have completely shifted my career. Now I'm a personal branding photographer. I work for myself. I've been in business for more than 10 years. I absolutely love what I do, and I'm very grateful that Australia has given me so many beautiful opportunities to actually follow my passion and just do what I love. I'm just absolutely adoring every single day and every single thing in my life at the moment.
Yeah, and I love, we've had the opportunity to meet in person, and what I love about UK is that no matter online or in person, your energy and your aura is very infectious. And just the wealth of knowledge that you have by working in the corporate world, but also I love your mindset. And for those that, I'm sure will come and follow you, just the brightness that you bring in. And we spoke before about light and dark, and it's just, you are a fresh light. So I'm happy to have you in Australia and in Melbourne. So glad that your journey brought you here. So today we want to discover and unpack personal branding. And throughout my, over 10 years now working in the corporate world, it's become more apparent now the power that personal branding can contribute to our success and really showcasing who we are. So for those that don't understand personal branding, can you dive deep into that? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Look, personal branding is everything nowadays, whether you work for someone, whether you have your own business, whether it's basically everywhere, absolutely everywhere. So imagine yourself as a brand. Imagine Coca-Cola, like just the first thing that comes to my mind. Yeah. So imagine you as being a Coca-Cola. Like if you see their branding, their colors, you recognize Coca-Cola straight away. So I want you as a person to create your personal brand so it's recognizable, and anyone who sees your branding, who sees your vibe, your energy, your messaging, and everything goes with it, you want to be recognized. So personal branding is literally you, is who you are, is your personality, is what you think, it's your story, your experience put in a packaging, little packaging that you exactly that you deliver to the world, the way how you show up. This is what your personal brand is. So it's really important to really tap into who you are and who you want to be.
Yeah. So would you say, Kate, the first step, and we will explore this a bit later, but when we're looking at putting ourselves out there to the world and we're not quite sure of who we are yet, what would you suggest for people, or where would they start to discover who they are so that they can then present themselves to the world in this nice box with a bow on it for their personal branding?
Well, first of all, get out of your head. Stay with your heart. I usually do this exercise even now. I close my eyes, I put my hand on my heart, and I ask myself, what do I want? What do I desire? What really lights me up? Without going overthinking too much. And when you're coming from your heart and when you're really connecting to your soul, you will get the answers. And this is exactly how it happened with my photography. When I came to Australia, I didn't want to work in corporate anymore. And I wanted to do something for myself, but I had no idea what, because I didn't have any particular passions. And so I did exactly this exercise. And I also asked myself a question: what is it one thing that when I do it, I don't have to look at the time? And photography dropped into my realm. And this is how I went on with it, because I trust my intuition, I trust my gut. And so things started to happen. And so I started to build my personal brand, but without even knowing what a personal brand is at that time, because now it's a hype. But I started doing personal branding without actually being aware that I was already building my brand, which is really interesting to see. And so the best thing is really to, I would suggest to do a value evaluation test. You can even Google it. So this is something practical for someone who loves tests and personality types. So there is this beautiful value evaluation test by DeMartini. So you can just Google it. And you can figure out through this test, what are your highest values? Once you understand, and it will be very obvious to you once you've done it, you're like, okay, so I love this, this, this. So this is your blueprint. This is your guideline to where you want to go.
Yeah.
And then tapping into, how do I really want to be perceived? Ideally, you want to be the same person, because then you are congruent with your personalities. So you want to be the same person in real life and how you show up on live, because it's just easier. It's just easier because you're literally in the flow. It doesn't come like in a day, but it's really good to be mindful and aware of it and ask yourself difficult questions as well. Is it something I love? Listen to your gut. Is it something I'm enjoying doing? So in real estate, you would probably be in real estate because you love working with people.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Yeah.
Right? So again, it's understanding what's your real purpose in the industry. It's not what you do, it's who you are, because people want to work with you, because of your energy and what you bring to the table and what value you give to them. It's not about the transaction. It's not about the money, is a consequence. So the more you're connected with your purpose, the more you are giving value and giving in general unconditionally, the more money will flow to you, because it's just the law of attraction. This is how it works.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And just unpacking that a bit and, sharing my journey on this. So my journey really started with being in a state of solitude and in flow. I would say it's been nearly 2 years ago where I started doing this work, and I had never been exposed to that before, like just to sit with yourself and just listen to your intuition. And once I had a mentor at the time and started doing this work, I identified my values, which is funny that you said, Kay, about DeMartini, because that's actually what I do with my clients. I encourage them to do that. So I love that you mentioned that. And then it was just natural that everything else just aligned. It just worked out. And, whether or not you believe in the universe and manifestation, it's first identify your purpose, your why, your drive, your desire, what you want in your life, and then how we can contribute to the collective, right? Which I think is really special, and harnessing your personal branding to be able to do that. Would you agree?
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. It all comes from a bigger picture, because sometimes we just get so stuck in the smaller details and we get overwhelmed with all the things that we have to do. But I always get myself to, okay, what's the bigger picture? Why am I doing this? Like, even when I do posts online, whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, I always think, okay, what is my purpose here? Do I want to inspire? Do I want to educate? That's kind of like all another.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And so if people have, they've identified their values, they're ready to now, you know, put together their personal branding. How do you believe that professional photos contribute to making strong first impressions with people? And especially because we know in real estate, relationships and connections are so important. So how does that all come together with the professional photos?
Well, first of all, professional photos put you on a completely different level because people see that you're investing in yourself, in your brand. And if you are investing in yourself, it's a psychological thing for other people. Oh, okay, I want to invest in that person. It means that you take your business and what you do seriously. Yeah. This is like a very simple connection, but it actually is like this. You can see when people post selfies against the versus the professional photo. You would probably, I mean, I post selfies too. There's nothing wrong with it, but you would probably gravitate more to the person with professional photos automatically because you feel like they're more serious, they're more professional. And again, it's the same as if I believe in myself and if I believe in what I sell and the service I provide, it automatically projects that belief to your customers. So it's exactly the same. With investment, it's the same. The more you invest in yourself and in coaching and in photography, in growth in general, the more your clients will be drawn to you and you will identify your ideal client. You identify people who you really love working because you don't want to work with people who you don't connect with or who you're not aligned with. So this is all, so photography is such a, it's one of those things that if done properly with the right energy, it can really blow your brand. Because what in my sessions, what I do, I project the future you in the photo shoot. Yeah. It's never where you are at the moment. I see that potential. That's one of my talents, gifts. I can feel the person. I see that potential, and I can see you in a year.
Yeah.
And so once we do the photo shoot, you incorporate that energy of the power of of self, like of being confident, of just knowing, being an expert, being a leader. And then you're so proud of your images. So when you are putting them out there and you're showing up using the images, again, it's all about that energy, because it can be a beautiful photo, but if there is no connection there, there is no connection out there either. So it's kind of it's pretty interesting process.
Absolutely. And we're talking about energy because a lot of people think energy is just in person, and we know it's not just in person. And you can tell the energy from someone by, you know, their photos and their video, or even if it is a selfie or professional, you can see that energy from that person. And I think the other thing that you touched on then, Kay, was about confidence. And it's funny, I did a poll the other day and I asked my audience, how do you feel like you are a confident person? And interesting, I think 87% of people said that, yes, they are confident. But it was interesting though, from having a look at the profiles of people that did say they were confident, I still saw people not putting themselves out there, right? And I think one of the mistakes that I see still happening in the real estate industry is people getting hidden behind the property, right? Which you've just identified, one of the main things in real estate is people wanting to work with people. So by knowing that, and if you are a confident person, then you're the people that you want to work with and that actually need your help will want to see you. So how can we embrace people then, Kay, to have that confidence with showing up in their authentic self?
Beautifully said, and beautiful question. What is actually confidence? Confidence is having fear of doing something, but still doing it.
Doing it anyway. Yeah.
And making mistakes, trials, errors, but still doing it. This is what confidence is for me, is self-belief. Because if you know that you can do something And all of us have had evidence in the past that we have done something well. We have achieved something. We have, whether it's big or small, we're not, it's not a comparison or anything. But it's that confidence in knowing that I can do it. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's better done than perfect. And in terms of showing up, I work with clients every day that are not liking to be out there and showing themselves, because it comes a lot from our conditioning as well, from how we grew up. Don't be loud, don't show up, sit still, just don't talk. And it's all ingrained in our brains. The moment you ask yourself, is it my belief or is it the story that I'm telling myself?
Yeah.
And I keep telling myself, or is it my mom or my dad or, any kind of person that told it to me? So once you identify that, it's so much easier to be out there and again, connecting with your purpose, because it's not about you and your vanity, but it's about attracting the people and helping people with the right energy that are, again, I'm repeating myself, but it's important, that are aligned with you and with your own values.
Yeah.
If you don't show up, how will people find you? Again, it all comes to a bigger picture. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why am I in real estate? I want to help more people. I want to get them to find their perfect home, to rent, to buy, to sell, like in anything. But how do I get there if you don't show up? Like, why do you have to be the world best kept secret? Yeah. Especially you have something to give. And it's actually, once you start, it's a process, it's a practice. It's like with anything, when you start doing something that you are not used to, it feels uncomfortable. It feels like, because you don't know it. A child doesn't know how to walk, but the child keeps walking, falling, and it's a process until they can walk. That's it. That's exactly the same. Once you start that engine of showing up, you will see the results. You will see the beautiful connections that you are building. And they might not necessarily be just the sales ones. It doesn't matter, but it's also like increasing and amplifying your community and amplifying your voice, speaking your truth, talking about things that are important for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. My word for this year was belief. And you actually you mentioned that before, and it's having that belief in myself, always backing myself up, believing in my capabilities and my abilities, not because someone else has said, oh, there's going to be other competitors out there, which has happened, right? As a business owner, and Kay, you might be the same, that you got to just be fully aligned with who you are and know where you're going, right? And what you said before, your desire, your vision, your goals, and once you get clear on that, you're unstoppable then. And the people will support you in your journey, and they will show up for you and encourage you. So that's why my word of the year was believe. And I love that you mentioned about society, or, people. Is it our truth, or is it because someone else has told us that? And I think when I'm now seeing people have the confidence and the courage and the bravery to put themselves online, I know, because I've been there, like, well done. I don't think, oh, this person is showing off or bragging or anything like that. It's like, well done. I'm cheering for them. I'm clapping them on, because I know how hard it is from starting it, and I think that's what I feel more people need to stop doing, though, is stop saying, well, that person is bragging, or, why they're putting themselves out there, because unless you know their story or where they're heading or their journey, then there's no place for judgment. Just support and encourage everyone, right? Because yes, what you said is true. We all have a voice, and we are allowed to have an opinion. We are allowed to share our beliefs. And by doing that, you find your people, okay, right?
Yeah.
Clients you've worked with, they've found you because they're your people.
Yeah.
Same with my clients. And that's the power of the personal branding and everything coming together.
Absolutely. And on what you've just said, I love how it's all flowing because we're so on the same page. I love it. So a couple of things to add to what you have just mentioned. Regarding competition, I personally don't believe in competition.
Neither.
Because we're unique and everyone is different. We can be in the same industry, but everyone is different. There is no one like you. So there is no competition.
Yeah.
There are enough clients for everyone if you are applying the abundance mindset. Not scarcity. Oh, I need to win this client because someone else will win the client. So I need to really hustle. If you come from the place of there are enough of clients for everyone, it just changes the whole energy around it because you are not coming from lack. You are not running after them. They come to you. You become an attraction marketing.
Oh, I love that, Kay. I always say to my clients, because I found that some of my clients said that they love chasing business. And I said, what if you flipped that to that you attract business instead of having to chase business? And it's just small little tweaks that we can do in our language and by retraining our beautiful muscle, which is our brain. And that's when it all ties together. And that's the beauty of it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
This is the awareness. By listening to this episode today, we are helping people have the awareness that it is okay to be yourself. And that is the biggest thing. And I always say you're not in competition with anyone else. You're in competition with yourself. So work on yourself today. Discover who you are. Put yourself out there. Create a visual story for people that want to work with you, that might not even know they need you yet, but then you're there and you show up.
Absolutely. I love this. Absolutely love this. There was also something that came up while you were talking about what other people think, because that's probably one of the main objectives, to actually put yourself out there, because we are afraid of judgment. What if I told you that any judgment that other people have on you, it's the reflection of them?
A mirror.
It's not about you. So if they judge you and if they think, oh, why is this person so loud? It's because they haven't accepted. It's part of them, but they haven't accepted it in them yet. So what will happen? Like, it's not your business what these people think, because the right people will align with your energy. Again, that's the third time I'm repeating it, but it's crucial. If you're aligned with yourself, if you believe in what you do, that's it. That's enough. And if you know that you are good enough and that you are worthy of amazing clients, of amazing life, of abundance in everything, it all comes to you. It's part of the manifestation, but you need to feel it. It's not enough just to use affirmations and just say it out loud. You have to feel it. You have to visualize it. You have to really embrace it, embody it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that. So our words today is energy and believe from today.
And alignment.
alignment. And I love that the abundance mindset. And another thing is people are afraid to talk about money. And I love earlier you mentioned money. Money is a byproduct of the people that we're helping and the contribution to other people. And I'm not afraid to tell people, how much money I earn as a business development manager, or how my business is going now, or where I want it to be, because they are my goals to have a larger impact, right? To broaden my community, because I'm abundant with what I want to achieve. And what I have already, I am abundant. But I also know the more people I help, the more money I make, the larger of an impact that I can do as well, right? And it's, again, what you said about judgment is about other people judging you, but also I think look at yourself and where are you judging other people too? Because that generally is a mirror on yourself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Big one. Yeah. But yeah, if other people are judging you, just realize that's on them. But also if you're judging other people, just start asking questions. Why am I judging that person? What is this making me feel? Why am I, having thoughts? Yeah. Right. So let's explore now. How much of an impact do you think being consistent and having professional photos can help build trust and credibility for somebody, especially for business development managers that, I'll go back a bit, Kate, because business development managers is a tricky one because typically they're working within other people's businesses and that business will have its own brand. They'll have their own values, their own mission. So how can business development managers incorporate their personal branding with the business branding? How do you think that can fit in together?
Great question. Thank you. So in my opinion, it is possible to merge them. So if you take the, let's say the agency and you take the mission and the goals of the agency and their actual branding in terms of colors, the feel, the look. So let's put it like under, like as a bigger, I don't know how to explain it, like as a bigger thing, like on top, right? So then you come, but so you use this as guidelines because you need to follow the guidelines because obviously you are working for someone, so you need to respect that. So by adding this shell, let's call it this way, sprinkle your personality there. So obviously you are not going to have your photos taken in bathers.
Yeah.
You still respect, you still follow their guidelines. But because you have a story to tell, you have a message to deliver, you can still show your personality because someone is more, is more shy, someone is more reserved. Just show that. There is nothing bad. Like people who are actually connecting with that energy, they will come to you. But if you are more loud, if you are like more animated, like me, for example, like I don't care like to show myself as I am. So if I was working under a brand, I would still use my personality within the guidelines of the brand.
Right. Yeah.
Hope it I've answered.
Yeah, absolutely. Make complete sense. Yeah, because I think I always say to my clients that you can incorporate, it can work really well, is get to know the brand guidelines, but there's nothing stopping you from doing a video of you talking, showcasing your energy and who you are, right? With still the brand colors of the organization that you work for. And I think that's a really nice way to incorporate that. And again, with what you spoke about earlier is to show people what you care about. Like what do you do? Like, do you help in the community, or are you a family person, or do you love going to the beach? Yeah. Or do you like going jet skiing? Because people will relate to that. Yeah. Or do you like just going out for dinner or having a glass of wine? Like that's when you start mapping out these pieces. And I think I spoke on a different episode, but some of my personal branding is like I wear lipstick. I am quite loud like yourself, Kate. I usually wear hoop earrings, and they're just little things that people might not consciously be aware, but subconsciously I'm incorporating that into my personal brand. Same thing with people, right?
100%. Absolutely. And also because think of it this way, you probably wouldn't be working for the same company for all of your life. So why is personal branding important? Because a lot of people say, oh, well, okay, I'm working in corporate, I am an employee. So why do I need to build my personal brand? But if you decided to move on and you already have a profile, a strong profile, again, it works as an attraction marketing. I'm not encouraging anyone to quit their jobs now, but it's one of the things to consider. Like if you already come from a strong personal brand, other agencies or other opportunities, you don't even know what opportunities are out there for you. You just don't know because life is amazing and things happen in an incredible way. But if you have your personal brand and you speak for, again, what's important for you. So identify the main subjects that you want to talk about. It's so much easier for others to see what you stand for, even in the industry or in different industries. Like I know of some speakers who started putting out there, like, okay, I'm a speaker, they're putting the videos, and they got called to do speaking gigs, like incredible events. And they were like, we had no idea that this was even possible. It's only because they were putting out there and they were believing in what they were doing, and they wanted to make a bigger impact.
Yeah, absolutely. And what about some practical tips for professionals? So, and I know that you've said a few already, Kay, but what practical tips can you provide for those that are looking to enhance their personal brand through photography?
Well, practical tips, hire a good photographer.
That's number one. Hi, okay.
It can be me or whoever you connect with, but just make sure that they're on the same page with you, and that they have the style that you are looking for, because all the photographers have their own style of working. I work, for example, I love bright and light images, very crisp and minimal and natural light. Maybe you're after a darker mood, more shadowy, more like different style. So I just do my style because I'm aligned with it, I feel it, and that's why I keep doing it. So I absolutely don't say like, yeah, you can hire me, but it's not about that. So identify what clothes you're gonna wear. Clothing is important. It's not the most important thing, but it is important because outfits hold energy. So make sure that you're wearing something within your brand, obviously, within the brand you're working for, if you're working for someone, but also clothes that make you feel confident and comfortable and empowered. That's really important. So I always suggest getting some new outfits for a photo shoot, because a photo shoot is usually stepping into something new, stepping into the next level, so up-leveling your business or you as a person. And so clothes, if you have new outfits, it kind of blends in with this new energy, because you don't want to drag old stuff with you, because you want to shed your old skin and get to the next level, right? So clothing is important. The state of mind is the most important. So really, I recommend, so I offer also meditations that is part of my packages. So there are meditations to prepare for the shoot. So you can listen to any meditation that really, it can be meditation, it can be whatever works for you to get in the right state of mind, because we're usually very nervous in front of the camera. And we're like, oh, what do I do? Where do I put my hands? How do we feel awkward. So if you connect with your purpose, okay, I'm going to this photo shoot because I want to amplify my message. I want to get out there. Again, always stick to the purpose, bigger picture. So, and get in your heart. And while you're shooting, again, get out of your head, because we're very self-critical and we're like, oh, I might do now. I feel weird. I feel awkward. Get in your heart, and again, get into why you are there. Like, bring that energy. Do a goal setting exercise where you visualize where you want to be. So there are so many different tools, but these are very, very practical ones. And again, everyone works in a different way. So I wouldn't give any particular advice. Just be you, like let go of stuff that you don't need. Surrender, trust the process, because if you've chosen a particular photographer, it means there is a reason.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love that. And I think I had to do, so when I did my first branding shoot for the business, I did another branding shoot less than a year, because I had grown so significantly, and just the difference in the photos was just incredible, because I actually could see how different I was as a person because of the energy in my photos. And I got so many comments being like, yes, Sarah, this is you, right? And now I'm already thinking for next year. So I think like one of my tips is every year review your photos, because you're not going to be the same person even tomorrow, okay, right? we're not the same people tomorrow as we are today. We can continuously evolving. So that's like one of my tips. And with like, you know, today's digital age, it's huge. Yeah. It's not going anywhere. So how important do you think it is to have a strong online presence with incorporating the professional photography?
It's everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's literally everything, because we are online all the time and a lot of businesses are moving online. If you are not online, you don't exist. I'll give you another exercise for those who are listening. So a really good way to check how your personal brand looks like online, Google your name.
Yes.
And see what comes out. So please do me a favor, do this. If there is nothing online about you, okay, now it's time to start.
Yeah.
If there is a lot, you can see how it all blends in. Get someone else to look at it, because we're obviously attached to our own image. And so it's really good to get an external advice, or someone said, oh, okay, this looks consistent, or this looks completely scattered, or I can only see images from your Instagram getting drunk. Okay, let's talk about it, so there's
Yeah, absolutely. And I think going back to just making sure that your brand follows you everywhere. So what we're showing online needs to also be the same as in person. So if you wear a suit in person, then yeah, perhaps wear a suit in your photos. But if you're not going out meeting people in a suit, then why would you have photos of you in a suit, right? And on that, Kate, I want to ask your opinion, because real estate agents have been known for very corporate attire, suit and tie, but I'm seeing more and more people now embracing smart casual look. Yeah. Why do you think that is?
Because it's more personable. It's more approachable. And to be honest, I'm committed to change the real estate photography side, because I'm so sick of these kind of photos. They're all the same. Everyone looks the same. Show me you. I know it's not the people who are being photographed because they are being taken on shoots, but I think we need to change it, because people want to work with people. People buy from people. They don't buy from the same robots. Yeah. We are all different.
Right? We're human beings. We're not robots.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting to see the shift in general in corporate, because I work with a few corporates transitioning as well into their businesses or doing half. And they tell me, okay, we want corporate look, but not corporate, uncorporate us. So it's not just the jackets, but it can be also a jacket, but with bold pink color, for example, or bold earrings, or anything that really shows something about you. Because the whole corporate world is a box for me, and no one can go outside of the box, but it's changing. It's much more flexible now within reasons, but it's still changing. And I think if now it's the moment to really embrace that change. And if we all do our little thing to change it, the whole industry will change as well. Just step up and talk to your agency and say, look, I want to be more approachable, because this is like, really believe in your personal brand too. Sell your personal brand to your agency.
Yeah, I love that. And already when we're talking, some brands come to mind that I know have embraced this new, smart casual look within the real estate industry. And I think the ones who are embracing that now, they're the ones who are actually standing out in the marketplace, right? Because they are showing the people behind the brand and their personalities. And you can see that through even the videos that they're doing, and again, you can tell who they are by the energy of just not having that stock standard pose, or not having that tailored suit look, that they're human beings. Like, Kay, I used to go to appraisals, and I would meet some clients and I would feel ridiculous because I was dressed up to the T, and then they're in their jeans and t-shirt in their home, right? Because that's their home. They're comfortable in their home. I even went to some appraisals where they were in their pajamas. Like, that's pretty funny, right? I don't know why they were in their pajamas, but it was like, there was just this imbalance between, you know, this brand that I had to portray and just actually sitting down with a human that was just comfortable in their jeans and t-shirts. And I don't think real estate is going to go in that jeans and t-shirt, but I love seeing now the personality come through more and more and more. And even some property managers, Talisha, if you watch this is a shout out to you. She's a property manager, okay? And she just went and got her personal branding photos done. Like, clap for her, right? Because she knows to showcase who she is to her clients and her ideal clients, because they're going to resonate with her more. And let's talk about the return of investment, because, you know, I think, sorry, that getting professional photos is a great investment because, one, like you said earlier, you're investing in yourself, right? And two, you can use your photos in so many different ways. So how have you seen the return of investment come to play with the clients that you've worked with?
Well, most of my clients tell me that after the shoot, they have, like, the energy was so powerful that they have literally stepped into probably 5 steps ahead where they were, because it gave them, it's not tangible, because it gave them such a big confidence in who they are, and they saw themselves for who they are. Because sometimes you, again, very often you need an external person to show you for you. And so that was really powerful because they were so proud of their achievements and where they're going, that their business just skyrocketed. And again, it's like everyone obviously is different, and it depends how much effort you put into the photos. Because for me, it's the photos are just the final result. It's the whole process to get you to that feeling of, oh my God, I'm freaking amazing, you know?
we are all amazing. Sometimes we just need a hand.
That's right.
Push. Like, Kate, I never used to smile. I mean, like, show my teeth in photos. Wasn't until I did my first branding photo shoot, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually, like, I look beautiful. And more people, like, I look more me, I look more human, more people relate to me because they can see now that energy that I bring generally in person, like online. But I needed that help. I needed someone to show me, like, Sarah, this is possible, you know, like, this is you, this is you can shine. And that's the beautiful work that you and so many others do in helping put that out, you know, so that they can step into themselves, you know. So great work that you do, Kate. And to wrap it up, what is your final thoughts or advice that you have for business development managers who are considering investing in professional branding photography?
There is no right time to do it. Just do it. It's much easier than it seems. Again, don't overthink it. And if you want to get in front of your audience, and if you want to be a step ahead, it's a must. And, you know, I'm not saying it because I need to sell. That's not that. But I have seen the results in different industries, and including real estate. Like, you will be a step ahead from anyone in your industry. Again, I'm not saying competitors, but people in your industry. Now it's the time. It's still not too late to do it, because still not many people, especially in corporate, doing this. It's an investment in you. And again, it's so much more than just getting beautiful photos, which is obviously tangible, but it's so much more. And it's hard even to explain until you experience it. And as Sarah was saying, you know, the way how she saw herself and the confidence and seeing herself smiling. I mean, this is beautiful. This is why I do what I do, because you're showing the soul of the person, and when you can say, oh my God, this is me, and you're like, oh, that's the best feeling for me.
Yeah, like The Greatest Showman, This Is Me. It's one of my favorite songs. Song. And I think as well, a tip is I'm finding a lot of women are doing this work, but men,
Oh, yeah.
on board. Like, and I didn't know what that blockage or challenge is if you're watching, but go and just invest in yourself and go have some fun and discover who you are, right? I really want to encourage that because I am seeing a lot of women doing it, and I feel like, you know, the men still got to catch up, and we're here for you guys. We want to support you and make sure that you have the same opportunity to, you know, just be who you are and put yourself out there. So that's my encouragement. Kay, it has been an absolute pleasure. For having you on. I just absolutely love everything that you're about and just love how today has flown. And I really want to mention your book, Magnetic Abundance. So can you talk us through your book?
So it's a multi-author book. So there are 14, I think 14 stories. So basically I wrote a chapter with my life story from the beginning, from the communism until now, because I was born in communism. And the whole idea is, so the subtitle is From Scarcity to Abundance, through traveling through the world and then arriving to me. So there are all the different parts of my life story, and a lot of learnings there. It's very vulnerable piece of writing because I'm talking about some personal stuff about my divorce and you know, quite a few limited beliefs that I had. But I'm proud of it because it's part of me, and it was actually really interesting to write it because I could see how far I've come and how much work I've done on myself to then really come to me and starting to love myself.
Love that. And I will pop the link to your website. So for anyone who is watching this would like to get in touch with you, and to the book so that they can purchase it. And, you know, I'm a massive reader, so I really encourage everyone to just keep expanding and your knowledge and have a read of Kay's beautiful book. So thank you again, Kay, for coming on. Really appreciate it, and look forward to continuing to watch your journey.
Thank you so much. Likewise. And people out there, do the work.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. And in true Sarah Sinclair style, keep rising.